Hey, everybody. It is Eric J. Olson. We are doing another live recording of the Managing Partners podcast where we interview America's top managing partners at top law firms. Today, I have the pleasure of being joined by Abukhodeir. Did I get it?
You did well. Yes, Eric. Thank you.
Sam told me beforehand I didn't have to say it, but I'm like, no, I'm going to say it. But then I had to look at my notes. Abukhodeir.
Perfect.
All right. Thanks for understanding that I'm trying. So let me let everybody know a little bit about you. So Sam is a managing partner at the Florida Probate and Family Law firm located in Miami, Florida. Ms. Abukhodeir practices in the areas of estates, trusts, guardianships, estate planning, special needs planning, elder law, and family law. Sam is fluent in English and Arabic. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for being on. How's everything in Miami right now?
It is crazy.
Is it? That's a good thing.
It is. It's crazy. Work is really busy, and COVID is climbing back up. So it's a little difficult right now.
Yeah. I was just down there about 2 weeks ago, and
really?
I was down in Miami for a couple of days for a conference. Love the area, love the culture. That was my first time there. It was very nice.
It's a cool city. It's fun.
Cool. Well, tell us a little bit more about yourself and your firm.
Sure. So I was born and raised in a small town in Central Florida called Lake Wales. Most people don't know where that is, but it's in between Orlando and Tampa. Left there at 17 to go to FSU, go Noles for undergrad, and then came down to Miami to go to FIU Law, which is where I actually currently teach. I teach at the Honors College and am going into my 5th year of teaching at the university. So that's my side thing. I teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun teaching freshman honors courses. I established my firm 3 years ago. In September of this year will be 3 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's flown by. I started my firm with myself and a part-time law clerk who is now my probate associate. And we have gone from 1.5 people to now, I think we're at 18 in the span of 3 years. So it's grown pretty quickly and not as expected, but very grateful for where we've gone with it. 50% of my firm is probate. The other 50% is family law. So we do anything family related, divorce, child custody, alimony, prenups, postnups, all the juicy stuff, obviously. And then the other 50% is estates, guardianships, estate planning, special needs planning.
So you're at 18 people in 3 years. That's like rocket ship kind of acceleration. So, my next question is about how you get clients. So clearly you're not going to go from 1.5 people to 18 in 3 years without being able to attract and get new clients. So what are the different ways that you go about doing that? How do you find new clients?
So before I started my firm, I already had a book of business. And the way that I did that before I had my firm was I networked nonstop. So I worked for the administrative probate judge in Miami-Dade County before she retired, Judge Korvick. And so I was able to connect with the community because the South Florida community is very close-knit. So everyone knows everyone. Most people were born and raised in Miami from my experience. So to be an outsider coming in is very difficult. So I started networking when I was in law school, joined a bunch of different organizations in law school, and then afterwards just started Dade County Bar Association, Probate and Guardianship, Reptile Real Property Probate Trust Law Society of the Florida Bar. So just joining different organizations. And now with my firm, I've just added to that. So I've added different organizations that I'm a part of. Like the Junior League, I just joined end of last year. I've joined just, different chambers. I've just gotten involved in the community, and that's really, really, really helped with business development.
Very nice. No, that's great. Networking is a fantastic way of getting new clients. Same with word of mouth referrals, high quality clients. How do you scale that? Like like you mentioned, you're joining these different organizations, which means it takes your time, right? It's one of those things that's difficult to scale you, especially when you have 18 people that are working for you. How do you go about being everywhere at all the same time?
It's hard. So I've had my associates start joining different networking groups, marketing groups. That's really helped. It's slow because when you start later in your career, it's harder. I started when I was in law school, but that's only because I'm a social butterfly, so I enjoy it. But it's not for everyone, right? So I've pushed them to do some more personal development. So that's really helped. And then I've just started to choose the organizations that I know will be able to benefit me because I can't do everything, and I'm learning that now. So I'm picking which places to be at what times, and COVID has completely shifted networking. So a lot of things are on Zoom now, so they're a lot easier to get to. Before, I was spending hours in the car driving to different networking functions. Now I can just jump on the computer, so I'm able to do more because of COVID, unfortunately. But that's also helped a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier to be in multiple places at once with Zoom, but what about the quality of the networking? Do you feel like it's the same?
Um, I have realized that the bigger that the firm has grown, I've had, just like what I've just said, I've had to pick which organizations to be part of because of the quality of the referrals. So for example, I sit on a wheel for Miami-Dade County where the judges will appoint us to certain cases, whoever's on this wheel. And I think there's probably somewhere between 50 to 70 people on this wheel. So in order to get on that wheel, you have to go through the application process, you have to be vetted, the judges have to approve it. So those are usually worthwhile referrals, right, when you're appointed to those cases. So those are things that I spend more time establishing and developing. And word of mouth. So a lot of my referrals come from attorneys who practice probate and family law, which is crazy, right? But people that know that if it's complicated or if we have a good reputation, which we do in the community, and they're from Broward or West Palm, they'll refer it over to us because they know we'll do the client, a good job, and we're well respected in the community. So those clients end up referring more clients as well. And that's why we've been able to get higher caliber clients. And it's just snowballed from there.
That's great. You know what? I think you're a really good guest for this podcast because almost every managing partner that I speak with, their question is, how do I fill up my case pipeline? And you've clearly done a good job at that.
Thank you.
With 18 employees. That's impressive. By the way, we're at about 18 right now. And I've been at this for not as a Ray Digital, but I've been in business for myself for 12 years.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
Yeah, like you've done a spectacular job really growing your firm. And I definitely respect you for that and applaud you for that. So well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, as far as like filling up the case pipeline, it requires the networking. It requires marketing to some degree. As a digital marketing agency, we're always interested in the marketing aspect. What are some things that you would like to see changed in your marketing? Like if there's one thing that you can change, maybe make more efficient, what would that be?
Our practice management software. So we need better systems for different practice areas. So just because you have a family or probate firm doesn't mean that a certain practice management software is going to be perfect for you. I wish that we had something that was more tailored. So you were just talking about follow-up. Our system is, I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I'm going to say it. So we use Excel because our practice management, we can see everybody who's in the system, but we have an Excel spreadsheet where every single person who's called in, we have their information. We're able to follow up with them after the initial consult. We're able to follow up with them after a strategy session to just continue, making sure that the relationship is being established and that they feel comfortable once they're ready to retain us. And that to me has been the key. But obviously the larger you scale, the harder that's going to be. So that's where we're struggling right now. It's a good problem to have, but
Yeah.
we've got to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Excel. It works great, and a lot of people use it, right? A lot of businesses run on Excel. It could probably be a little more efficiency, but at least you're doing it, right? So you're doing the follow-up. So just to clarify, a prospective client comes to you, you have some sort of a consultation or discussion, and then this follow-up is between when they first contact you and when they actually become a client. Is that correct?
Correct.
And what
Multiple
kind of follow-up?
follow-ups.
Yeah, what kind of follow-up are you doing? Is it just phone calls, or are you sending them things?
So we're actually in the process of establishing a different system, but right now what we're doing is they call in, they get set up for an intake session, they have the initial consultation, and then if they want to do a strategy session, they do that with an attorney. And then from that point forward, we call, we email, and we do that a couple more times until we know that we've done as much as we can, and then we move forward from there. Right now, what we're trying to establish is an automatic email system, which I know a lot of programs have, but I think it's kind of annoying when you get all of these things when you go to the store and you keep getting follow-up. So I don't want to be that person.
Yeah, I totally agree. As a matter of fact, I was telling my team earlier today, like we use HubSpot for
Okay.
our CRM, and you can send an email through HubSpot, but at least the plan that we're on, it'll say at the very bottom of the email, sent by HubSpot. And for anyone in the know, they'll realize that it's a tool that we use. It's an automation potentially. It's a sales process tool, and it sends off the wrong signals, right? So even though it may be efficient to just blast out a bunch of emails, they really need to be sent one at a time if you're going to do email. And it's even better to make that phone call. Totally agree with you.
No, I agree. We use Clio. I don't know if you've heard of Clio.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we've used Clio since day one, and I don't have that built into Clio right now. So we're looking into different systems.
Yeah. Very popular system for sure. Well, great. You've had amazing growth in the last 3 years. What do you anticipate for the next, say, 2 to 5 years?
It's a great question. So going to be honest, when I started this firm, I really didn't know what my goals were. I just turned 33, so I started this right before I turned 30, and no, right after I turned 30, and I did not know what I wanted, and I have read a lot of books. I'm in a program that helps me. I have a fractional CEO, I have a fractional COO, and they're able to help me because I never took a business class ever prior to starting my business. I'm good at it.
Very common for managing
Yeah.
partners, right?
Yeah, I'm good at it. I love running the business. I love, listening to people, helping people, but it's hard. So I think that in the next 2 to 5 years, I shouldn't say I think, I know in the next 2 to 5 years, I'd like to have different offices all over the state of Florida and just, expand in that manner because our Miami office is booming, thank God. But I think that at a certain point, we need to offer the services that we're able to offer to the South Florida community to different parts of Florida, because I know we do it right.
Do you plan on going up the coast kind of one step at a time, or maybe like taking a jump to say like Jacksonville and then filling in between? Do you have a plan like that yet?
So my family's in Central Florida, like I told you. They've actually moved to Tampa. So I'm probably going to start off on the west coast of Florida and then work my way up. There
you go. Excellent.
But who knows?
Who knows where it will end? No, that's a great plan. Yeah, go to somewhere that you're familiar with, right? So Tampa area, I assume, or you said Western Florida, so Tampa area, then maybe Orlando, which is not that far away, and then up from that's great plan. I love it. Well, that's awesome. I'm definitely very impressed. So well done. If somebody would like to reach out to you and either they have a case for you or they want to ask you how you've grown so fast, what is a good way for them to reach out to you?
Sure. So they can email me at Samah, which is my first name, at flpfl.com. That's floridaprobateandfamilylaw.com. Or they can give me a call at 305-677-5119.
All right, fantastic. Thanks so much, Sam, I should say. You
Thank
told me
you.
earlier, don't ever call you Samantha.
It's a childhood thing. It's fine.
That's funny. All right, everybody. If you would like more episodes like this about how to grow your law firm like Sam has grown hers, you can check out our full lineup of past episodes at arraylaw.com/podcast. And if you are looking for digital marketing assistance for your law firm, check us out at arraylaw.com, where you can find more information about our websites, SEO, social media, and online advertising. All right, Sam. Appreciate it.